Well, I don't get why you be shipping a baby in a goddamn boxes for, beside that can end of throwing all of us in jail for this stupid
Don't worry, just stick to bring her back home the right way. You guys know I was just kidding, right?
You know that jokes like that can get us into a very big trouble, and the police there are not playing around with jokes like that. They don't care if you are just kidding. They can throw us all in jail and take her mini-me away from us, and then what, we won't be permitted to see her. Therefore we won't be able to bring her back home to the US.
Do you know how idiotic and childless you sound? Don't ruin this vocation for them and for all of us in general.
You know you had done a lot of stupid stuff too. You done some very dumb stuff with electric and almost got killed by getting yourself electrocuted. So you can explain that to us before making dumb comments about my plans.
Because I know what I'm doing. Yes, I had blown a fuses and receptor, and things got caught on fire during the video. But that was a very rare circumstance, and it doesn't happen all the time.
But what is the plan once we are in Australia?
Good question. Well, either Andrew or Dara is going to pick us up from the Sydney International Airport and take us to the hotel that they're located at. Laura, do you have the address?
Well, I was just looking at it, but it didn't say it on there exactly. I'll just text Angie when we get there. Maybe Dara and Andrew probably know.
Don't worry, I'll find that out somehow. I think it doesn't say it on there because Andrew, Lorna, Peyton, and Angie probably picked the hotel randomly. It could be somewhere close to the toy factory.
Well, my sister probably picked the right place at the right time. She is so hard to find in Australia. If Peyton would have gotten me an iPhone and put it under his name, then I would be able to locate her through Find My iPhone.
Well, James, there's another way to find your sister. We just have to think outside the box and see if we can locate her and see what hotel she's in, and then we'll take it from there.
I'm pretty sure I know where my little sister is at. I just had to either call her, or I'll just shoot her a text and see if she responds to my message. I'm pretty sure my sister has a really good phone service provider, because her phone plan either came with the international package or cousin Peyton probably added it to the plan. I probably won't be able to make phone calls or texts or use mobile internet like 4G LTE or 5G while I'm there in Australia because mine doesn't come with the international package. I'm pretty sure they can use their 4G LTE or 5G mobile internet because it came in with it.
It's because they have cricket. They probably paid extra to add it to their plans so your sister and your cousin can stay in contact with their family while they're there for 3 months.
Well, look at that. It is 6:30 already.
Wait, there is no way it's 6:30 already. Let me check my phone.
Well, it is 6:30, you're right. We better get heading to the airport. We don't have much time on our hands to be playing around.
She's right, we don't have any time to spare. We need to be heading out to the airport so we don't miss our flight to Australia. Maybe my dad probably know where to go.
Wait, what? So cousin Peyton has 2 daughters this whole entire time? This is something he hasn't even mentioned. He probably been hiding it from me.
I am not his biological daughter, I am his adopted daughter. He probably didn't tell you because it is too much detail. It's a long story.
I asked Angie to ask Aaliyah if I can borrow her Chevy Suburban. Angie said that Aaliyah said it's okay as long as I don't wreck it.
Me and Electroboom will stay here and guard the studio while you guys head right out to the airport. I don't want you guys to miss the flight to Australia.
I need everyone to go back home and pack your suitcase. Make sure you guys have your passport handy. The airport will ask you to see your passport before we leave the US. Do not bring anything you're not supposed to have. If you have a knife or anything that airport doesn't allow stays home, we need to follow their rules. For toothbrush and toothpaste need to be to 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters and has a limit of 1 quart sized or 20 by 20 centimeters sized see-through plastic bag. For liquid gel and aerosols, 3.4 ounces or less per container. 1 quart size, clear, plastic, zip-top bag. All liquids must fit in bag.
How about medications?
Alright, who in here takes medications? Anyone?
I take corticosteroids for severe asthma attacks.
She probably allergic to popcorn.
You shouldn't be making jokes about asthma. You know your sister also have it and she had to take same medication.
Oh I guess you're right. I forgot that my sister also have it.
Anyway, back to Laura's questions. Yes, you can bring your medication. Laura, make sure you bring your paperwork for it. If it's a pill, then it needs to be in a pill bottle with your name on it. If you don't have it and you brought it anyway, then it's hard to prove it, but they would probably confiscated it, and you would have been charged with possession of control of illegal drugs, or you have a ID or driver license with your name and what they're for, then 99 or 100% of the time they're give it. Back to you.
Oh, okay then, I'll ask my mom for my paperwork for my meds and my Brazil passport. I don't think I need to have a US passport because I got mine from Brazil, so I should be good to go.
Okay, before we leave, on the screen there is a video message from Angie and she wanted to say something. I'll go ahead and press play.
Greetings everyone from Australia. I wanted to say that you guys are about to head out to Australia. I wanted to say that even though you guys are not coming with us to the toy factory, I decided to take you guys with us to Luna Park in about 3 weeks. We have another things that you guys can also check out while you're here, but I need you guys need to be on your best behavior while you're here with us, especially you, James.
What? Hey, why am I the one getting roasted around here? Tell a joke. Shut up, Laura. Stop laughing at me.
As for you, Dennis, Rhodey and Mehdi Dar, I need you two to stay there and watch my studio. Make sure you don't let anyone into my building. Only person are allowed to enter my studio is my dad. He does what's called a grocery haul and he brings it to the studio on my behalf. If you see anything suspicious or see something in my parking lot, just call the New Orleans PD right away and use the non-emergency number and do not use 911. I repeat, do not use the emergency number.
We are honored, Angie. We will watch your studio while you're away.
One more thing before I go, I need one of you guys to call me as soon as you guys get here. Andrew is going to be picking you guys up. Aaliyah tried to get a hold of Dara, but she didn't answer. As soon as she called Aaliyah back, she said that she was unable to come because she has something else she had to deal with. He's going to be pulling up in his white Toyota Hiace.
So as soon as we get there, she said that Andrew is picking us up in a Toyota Hiace.
I never heard of Toyota Hiace, but this probably going to be pretty interesting.
I think Toyota Hiace is probably Australian thing, but I probably think that we have a US version, but I'm not 100% sure, but I'll look it up as soon as we land in Australia.
Toyota Hiace is a European thing. They had them in Japan, Australia and New Zealand. They never had made a US version or made its way to US and Canada, including Mexico.
Let's continue the last part of the video.
As always, remember to have a safe flight and I'll see you guys in a couple of hours.
As Angie said, you guys need to be on your best behavior. Vivian, James, Tabitha, you'll be riding in the limo with Angie and Aaliyah. My sister Chloe, Madison, and Laura, you guys will be going to be riding in Andrew's Toyota Hiace.
Alright, let's get going everyone. I'll meet you guys at the airport.
13 minutes later.
Girls, where's Laura, Madison, and James at?
Madison went with Laura to go get something to eat and grab some coffee, and James went to the restroom and then went and beat up the vending machine over there after they took his dollar and never got what he paid for.
Well, I better go stop James before we end up getting kicked out of the airport.
Do you think James probably end up getting kicked out of here?
Probably not.
Few minutes later, after they made it to the aircraft.
How long will this flight take us to get to Australia?
17 hours. We'll be stuck on this plane for quite some time.
Oh, okay.
17 hours later.
Hey guys, wake up. You guys need to see out the window.
What? What is it, Laura?
I see the Australia's mainland. We are almost there.
I think you're right, Laura. This is the mainland of Australia. We will be landing in Australia in about another few more hours or so.
Oh, okay then.
Years later.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Time is 12:35 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. The weather is sunny with a chance of heat wave up to 85 degrees. Please make sure you guys check your seat pockets for any belonging like cell phones and any electronic devices. Make sure to take your trash with you and don't leave anything behind. Be very careful when open the overhead compartment as your stuff has shifted during flights. I hope you enjoy your stay in Sydney and thank you for choosing the Australian airline.
It looks like we're about to land in Australian land. I can't believe I actually made it to Australia for the first time.
I had been thinking about all the really good food they have here in Australia. Sydney is famous for their very traditions and they're famous for their unique food and drinks here.
You know, Madison, I don't drink alcohol. You have to be 18 to drink in Brazil, 21 in the US.
So what's the age limit in Australia?
Back home in the US is 21 years old for alcohol and tobacco. Here in Australia, the age limit for alcohol is 18.
Oh, now that makes perfect sense.
Say, where's Laura? I swear she was with us when we got off the plane. There is no way she would just disappeared out of nowhere.
I got no idea. She probably went to the restroom.
Hey guys, guess what I found in the trash can?
What is it, Laura?
I found 2 cans of soda. I found one unopened can of Cokes and an unopened can of Solo. Man, I wish I could find an unopened can of Dr. Pepper.
Why are you keep digging into trash? That is nasty. You know darn well you don't know where those things has been.
Well, who cares? It's free soda for me.
There you guys are. I had been looking all over the place for you guys. Welcome to Australia. I am glad you guys had finally came.
Hey Angie, I am so happy to finally get to join you guys.
I'm glad you had came, Chloe, but I'll need to have a talk with you when we get to the hotel. I checked the security footage back at the studio. Someone had left the back door unlocked and I am trying to figure out what has been happening to my equipment.
Well, I have a question for you. I couldn't turn off the alarm 2 nights ago. Did you change the code or something?
No, I have not. I don't know who would change the code. I never once ever changed my access code to anything else but the code it always been set to. If don't know how in the world you had accidentally changed it while armed the system. I don't want anyone in the studio while it's armed. If you changed the passcode to the alarm system, then my thousands of dollar equipments would been stolen from the office because you guys are unable to turn on the alarm system to armed.
Little sister, you don't believe what Laura just did.
What is it, big bro? What did Laura just do now?
Ever since we just got here, Laura decided to dig into the trash and took out 2 cans of unopened Kirks and Solo and then she drank it.
Laura, that was very nasty. You don't know where those things had been or what they did to it.
Come on guys, who would turn down for free sodas? Only if they have an unopened can of Dr. Pepper in the garbage, then it would be my lucky day.
I know god darn well you're probably not going to find an unopened can of Dr. Pepper in the garbage can.
Auront une open bag of Skittles.
Well, let's get going. We better get heading to the hotel. Everyone is waiting for us. I don't want to keep Andrew waiting for too long.
Okay then, let's go.
You guys must be the other group. How did you guys enjoy your time here so far?
It's kinda okay here. This is probably my first time visiting this country, but I love the fresh air here. This is way better than back home in the US. Back in the US it was a complete mess and the air quality really affecting my asthma.
That is totally okay. That is what your medication is for.
I would say that this country is awesome. This is way better than back home. A lot of people here is extremely nice to us. I would probably come back again and visit. People back home is not very nice. Some people back in the US were racist and some are very rude and mean. Some like to hurt other people.
Not everyone is like that, Vivian. Some people back home is very nice and some are mean. The reason why we have some racist people because they voted for Donald Trump. Not all Trump supporters are racist. Some of them are and some are not. I don't like Donald Trump because he disliked Mexicans, Chinese, Indian and black people and tried to start problems with North Korea.
Some people like to start problems with others. Some people don't care if you're hurt. They don't care about no one but theirself.
Exactly, Andrew is right. I know that everyone deserves some respect all the time because we are all humans. We are all human in the end of the day.
That is kinda true. Not everyone need to be treated differently. Everyone is meant to be treated equally and the same.
I mean, what's a point of treat someone different when you don't have no reason to treat them that way?
Because some people are sometimes straight up mean. They have no reason to treat someone the way they never even treat you to begin with.
Because some people can be incomplete jack sometimes, they don't know any better or their parents never raised them right, they just like to start a fight or getting into something they can't get themselves out of, probably get themselves hurt or worse killed.
Well, Laura, you're completely right. Someone can get themselves hurt because you never know. They can have a knife or a pew-pew.
What is a pew-pew?
It's another word for guns, rifles, shotguns, revolver, carbine, submachine guns, bolt actions, handguns, and pump actions.
What is a revolver?
The revolver is a gun used in the World War I. Revolvers have been around for centuries, with early examples dating back to the 15th century. However, the first mass-produced, multi-shot revolver was invented by Samuel Colt in 1835 and patented in 1836. Colt's revolver had a cylinder with multiple ammunition chambers that rotated around an axis, with each chamber locking into position behind the barrel and firing when the trigger was pulled. By the 1870s, both single-action and double-action revolvers were considered practical. Revolvers were also used by police, but were eventually replaced by semi-automatic handguns in the 1990s. The Texas Rangers used the Colt Patterson in battles against American Indians, and the Texas military used it in expeditions such as the Council House fight at San Antonio in 1840, the Texan Santa Fe expedition in 1841, and the Mia expedition in 1842. The holster model with a 9-inch barrel, also known as the Texas Colt, became synonymous with Texas.
You know, I was born in California in the city of Los Angeles, and I am currently live in Yorba Linda. That is where Trinity and her family used to live in before they moved again. Well, I take that back. They had moved between two houses in Yorba Linda, and then they moved to New Orleans.
So is that girl that always hide in the air vents in every episode like she always does.
I seen enough of it, that's for sure. Besides, I tried to strip the screw or replace it with another type of screw to prevent Trinity from getting back into the air vents.
You know that Phillips screw is easier for quick access. What if Angie need to do a quick maintenances or need to replace a filter in it or something and not have to mess with digging into the toolbox or have to go out to get the right screw to open the thing up?
Where will you even get a darn security screwdriver or a Allen wrench at?
Here in Australia, they have them at Tool Warehouse, Tool Mart, Tool Kit Depot, Sydney Tools or supermarkets like Woolworth, Coles and Drake.
I talking about in the USA.
In the US, they have those everywhere. Try check places like Target, Walmart, Home Depot and Lowe's.
How about Dollar Tree, Family Dollars or Dollar General?
Probably not. Maybe they only have limited tools on hands like Phillip heads, flatheads and small tool set. I mean they do sell Allen wrench at Family Dollar, Dollar Trees and Dollar General, but not all locations have those in stock. Some place might have them and some place they're sold out really quickly. I am not sure about Walgreens and CVS, but I'll look it up when we get to the hotel.
Walmart, Target, Lowe's and Home Depot have so many different tools and supplies that people in constructions needed to get the job done.
Okay, here's what I am going to do. I'll go ahead and check you guys in for now. I forgot to mention that Aaliyah made a mistake. She thought it was 3 months, but it was 3 weeks. I wanted to let you guys know so we can all be on the same page. And as for you, Chloe, I need you to come with me. There's someone I like you to meet.
Well, okay, let's go to the reception's desk.
You guys stay here, we'll be right back.
Hello, Angie. Oh, hi, you must be Chloe. Angie told me everything about you. I was wondering about what happened with her mini-me.
Just a little oopsie, I wasn't paying attention where she was going.
Angie and Chloe, is everything okay?
Who is that wonderful young lady behind you too?
My name is Laura.
It is very nice to meet you, Laura.
I am checking in 6 more people, and a quick update before I forget. We were meant to stay for 3 weeks and not 3 months. My friend Aaliyah made a mistake and she wasn't reading it correctly.
Okay, let me see what I can do for you. I'll be either issuing a refunding for the 3 months of stay since they probably won't be used since you guys are only here for 3 weeks, or I can apply the refund to the additional 3 people to your name that are staying here as well.
Let's do that. I'll go ahead and apply that to my account.
I'll go ahead and apply that credit towards the additional people.
Also add Mini-Me since I forgot to add her too. She's staying here with us as well as them.
I saw her yesterday. When you came in with her, she looked just like you and she has more of your facial features.
Well, she does look like me a little bit. She looks more like her dad than me. Her hair color came from her dad and her eye color and her eyebrows came from me.
I'll go ahead and add her as well. I forgot to add her yesterday.
Okay then,